Hi guys, Mark here, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to start introducing some of the sessions I've created for you in the Player Accelerator, and just how you can execute them if you are on your own. As you can see, I'm on my own today. I've got a bowling machine behind me. I'm going to do a mixed drill session for the straight drive. There's two things I want to work on in particular, which is making sure that I'm presenting my bat nice and full for straight deliveries. I also want to play the ball later. I said in a post earlier the other day that I struggle, well, if you look at the video feedback, I struggle to play the ball underneath my head when I'm looking to be aggressive in place and hitting the ball nice and straight and hard. What I do is I tend to be really pushy with my hands, and I want to control that. I want to bring that back a little bit. So depending on what level you're at or what stage you're at in your development, I may have given you feedback already or not. What you would do is you would log into the school app, you would browse to classrooms, you would go down to which section you're in. I'm going to do playing in the V, so I'll click on the playing in the V section. I'll go down to sessions, and I'm going to do a match intensity mixed session. So the aim for this session is a match intensity mixed session. So what that means is I'm going to do a mixture of both shots, so both forward defensive and the straight drive. And because it's match intensity, I want to look at getting the speed as high as possible. So in the league that I play in, I think a fastest bowl is probably around 75 miles an hour. So I want to go above that and try and get really uncomfortable with those full deliveries and the speed. When I know that it's feeling a bit uncomfortable, I'm feeling rushed, I'll turn it down a little bit. I know that when I get just underneath that level, I have to focus on working at that level until it becomes a bit more comfortable. My reflexes get a bit better, and then I can push the speed back up again. Remember, I like to work in blocks of 3 miles an hour up and down. Okay, so I'm going to take you through that session now. We're going to look at the session plan. We're going to go through the drills, what I'm looking for. I'm going to be mic'd up for the whole thing, and I'll take you through the whole experience now in this video. So I've got ready. I've got the bowling machine on. It's set to 38 miles an hour, and it's just going to be nice and full and really slow, and that symbolizes a bit like a throwdown. So if you've got a parent or someone that you can train with, get them to stand about halfway and throw down. If you are like me, you don't have anyone to train with at the minute, get the bowling machine, get the auto feeder nice and straight, and we want to spend about, well, let's look at this session. First drill is forward defense underarms or throwdowns. This is where we're looking to get really technical. We want to make sure that we're playing the ball underneath our head, following the technical fundamentals. So pushing forward, head over the ball, decelerating the ball. We want to do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. So let's get started. Okay, first ball. Going to be slow, so want to move late. Okay, I was a little bit late on that. I was still moving a bit too early, but it was decelerated and I got the ball to go down. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Good, probably a bit wide than I'd like to defend. Probably what, 5th, 6th thumb line. Generally look to leave those. Again, it's nice and slow. Right under the head. Focus on the technical fundamentals. That's where we get that's where the improvements come from. We work up the pressure slowly. Hold the pose after the shot. Make sure everything is going in a straight line. Decelerate that ball. And again, we want to work on this for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you're doing really well with this, we can look to progress the drills, okay? So that's the whole point of these sessions, is for you to self-progress through them. You record them, you upload them to the school community. I review them to see if you're doing the drill correctly first. If you are, then we carry on, we move on. I'm going to do one more of this, and then we're going to move on to drill number 2. Right, that was drill 1. execution was great, so we're going to progress. Okay, I've done 5 minutes. If your execution isn't great, we want to have a look at the video, see what's missing. If you're not executing this, we take it a step back, we revert to some of the more beginner level drills until we hit those technical fundamentals. Okay, in this I'm going to progress, so we're going to progress to dynamic drill number 2. This is going to be straight drive, under arms or throwdowns. Again, it's going to be slows, but if you've got a parent or a player that you can train with, get them to stand halfway, underarm the ball nice and straight on the full, and you just look to hit straight. Okay, following the technical fundamentals. I've got the body machine today, so I'm going to hit some nice straight drives, hopefully not destroy the camera, and make sure the execution is good before we progress. Okay, let's get started. Just looking to get nice and forward, not a big step, little step, push my head out, hit with a nice full presentation. Again, that's probably a bit too far away from my body. I want to get a bit closer. That's my focus for this session, is hitting the ball a bit more under my head, especially at speed. Much better. Good execution, good connection. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, again, a bit more to cover, but good execution underneath my head. I think the ball is just a bit too far outside of stumps, so I'm going to move the stumps across just to help the bowling machine out without me having to stop the session and change the length of the delivery or the line. Much better. Okay, so if I'm on my way going back to the leg side there, which means that I didn't move quite as efficiently as I want. So this one I need to really focus. I was talking while that drill was going on. A little bit better. I think why I fell backwards was I didn't quite open my foot and get my weight going forward. I didn't push into my quad. That happens if you don't open your front foot. These are going well. I think last 4, and then we'll probably progress. Good. Open my front foot, push forward, hit under my head, the ball goes nice and straight. Hopefully for 4. The important part here is not to take a big stride forward because that limits our movement. Taking a big stride forward can sometimes keep our head back. I say, especially in young players that take a big stride, but the head won't go with them. That's what we want to try to avoid. Good. Overbalancing a little bit, but that's okay. Probably brought my back hip round too much there. I'm not saying sideways on, but that sometimes happens if I'm playing in front of my body. It's better. Okay, let's progress to drill number 3. So drill 3 is for defensive cone challenge. I don't have any cones with me today, but I've got my heavy balls. So 4 heavy balls here. These are going to symbolize my area for the defensive challenge. So the goal is when the ball comes to me, I will block, and hopefully the ball should bounce between myself and the cones to symbolize that I get a point. If it goes outside, it's -1. If I get out, it's -3. We're going to do about 20 balls, and we're going to give ourselves a score out of 20. A possible 20 points for me to get, but obviously I can get minus here if it goes very, very wrong. All right, let's get started. I'm going to get my helmet on because it's going to be match intensity. I've upped the bowling machine up to 67 miles an hour. Like I said, the fastest bowler in my league is probably about 75. So I want to work my way up to that. I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to get there straight away. So we're going to work up from 67 first. Woo, that's quick. All right. One point to me so far. Another point to me, more leg siders though. Oh, photo finish, I think. I'm not sure on that one. Maybe inside, maybe on the line. Okay, another point to me. So that's 4 from 4. A couple of leg side ones. I'm not really going to count those. Again, a bit leg side. It's going down. It's just sort of, I'll have to move the stumps back a little bit. It's going down though. Playing under my head well, which is the target. That's the goal. And that's the line I want it on before. So sometimes you just got to play around with it. The bowling machine has a degree of variance. It's gone down. I think we're okay there. Down again. And we're good. It's gone up to 72 miles an hour now. I feel like I'm moving too much there. I'm not solid when I'm playing that, but it's going down, which is the main thing. It's underneath my head, decelerating the ball. Oh, I was a bit late on that. So this is where that pace starts to get a little bit uncomfortable. Not unmanageable, but uncomfortable, because you don't face it often. Oh. It's just swinging in a little bit there, so it's challenging me twice. Speed and a little bit of drift. Okay, good. Inside there. I think almost everything has gone inside the cone so far. That's it. I was like last second. Last split second. Right, let's do a couple more of these. More of an angle probably runs backward point, but it's okay. It's gone straight down. Okay, speed's getting a bit more manageable. I feel like I'm adjusting to it really well, considering it's nearly 10 o'clock. It's just swung in again, really late. I covered the line well. All right, last ball, I think. Good. And that's full marks. Everything's gone inside that area, which is fantastic. So we're going to progress to the next drill. Okay, so we've done that drill really well. We're going to progress now to match intensity using the next drill in the program, which is challenge drill number 1 for the straight drive, which is where I've put a cone straight, mid on, mid off, straight, mid on. And the idea here is to get the ball a little bit fuller, and I want to drive nice and straight, similar to how we did with the throwdowns. And we're going to do this for the rest of the session. Again, this is a challenge, so we're going to look at scoring ourselves out of 20. So if it goes in the V, if it's straight, we want to count it as if it goes in the V or out of the V. If it's not straight, then it sort of defeats the point, because we don't want to play a straight drive to a ball that's outside or stumble going down a leg, right? So depends on the ball. The next point is if I get out, I lose 3 points. So again, I'm going to do 20 balls. I'm going to count myself out of those, and we're going to see how we get on. And that is the last drill for this session. We're probably not going to be able to see the cones are a bit further away this time, especially from the straight camera. That was not straight. So again, we've got to wait for the ball to be straight for it to count on the challenge. So hopefully we get a couple. This is just slightly outside off, so we're just going to move the stumps across a little bit. Again, it's easier to adjust your line than the bowling machine sometimes. Oh, it's a lovely leg flick. It's not what we want. Okay, let's go somewhere in the middle, maybe. Wow, that was very full. I can't really drive that. That's almost Yorker length. No, I didn't get any of that. I've got loads of that. I just don't know. I think it's taken all the pace out of the wicket. Maybe runs, maybe runs. What's been good this session so far is the fact that I'm hitting the ball consistently under my head. It's just a bit too full. I might have to adjust the length. I was just wide off stump. Swung in. I can't really drive that. 72 miles an hour, feels like 80. It's just hitting that Yorker length, I think. I'm gonna go adjust the length. Bit better length. That's not gone in the V though. Just outside the V again. I've hit that really well, but it's not gone in the V, so I'm not doing well here. This is what happens when it gets to match intensity. Yes, we've got one, come on! So the whole point of it going to match intensity and working on speeds that you're a bit uncomfortable with is so that your technique gets pressured, because this is really difficult. It's really difficult to play balls that are just a bit too quick for you. We want to play just underneath that, so it's still uncomfortable, but not too bad. So I've got to 72. I feel like that's probably too fast for me right now, although it feels comfortable-ish in terms of the speed. I'm not hitting the ball very well, so I probably need another session at this speed before I start looking to go up. See, that's just an ugly push forward. I've not played that properly. I've not got a cross. I've just put my foot straight. So that's the end of this session, but what this has highlighted to me is that when I get close to that fastest bowler in my league or my division that I play in, it starts to get really uncomfortable. The bowling machine, I feel like, always adds on extra pace because you don't get to see it out of the hand. So 72 can almost feel like much higher. So I've got to 72 today. I'm going to make a note of that in my journal. I want to do journaling after this. When it was too full, I really struggled to play defensively. When it was about to outside off stump, I really struggled to get across to drive it efficiently. Played a couple of nice shots that didn't go in the V, a couple of shots that did go in the V. I was really happy with the forward defensive challenge. I did really well with that. Now when we look to progress, I wanted to make sure that I'm comfortable with the forward defensive and the straight drive, right? So my next session will be geared towards match intensity with straight drive, and I'll be looking to get that ball back up to 72 miles an hour for a good 15 to 30 minutes. If that starts to feel comfortable, which it should after a certain amount of time, we look to go up, and we'll go up to 75. We'll go up in threes, right? So 75 will be the next challenge, and I'd hope to hit that maybe in 1 to 2 sessions. So that's the playing in the V mixed shot session. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe for more. And if you would like more sessions like this, if you would like access to the batting accelerator with more sessions like this, not for just playing in the V straight drive and the forward defensive, but for every shot in the book, I am still building parts of it. So it's only going to get bigger from here. So join now while it's at this price and grow with me, get better with me. We've only got 16 weeks until the season starts. And if you want to be ready for that season, this is the best program for you to follow. As soon as you join the community, you can post your own videos and get instant feedback. Maybe not instant because I've got things to do as well, but you'll get feedback within, I would say, 48 hours at an absolute maximum. So at the minute, players are getting it back sort of in the same day, same evening, within a couple of hours. I'm Mark of MT Cricket Coaching and owner of the Cricket Player Accelerator School community. So I hope to see you soon.